The town's interest in pursuing sustainable practices and projects really began with the initial term of our current mayor, Chris Coos.
Chris Coos, Mayor, Town of Normal. You know, sustainable initiatives have been important to this council and previous councils as part of our overall philosophy of government in the community. So we decided we'd do a master plan.
During that process, we were introduced to a number of green initiatives that we embraced as a community, and then we've expanded beyond that. So I think Normal has taken kind of a leadership position among municipalities in the central part of the country in pursuing a variety of sustainable initiatives. I don't think there's anybody that would disagree that we as a country need to begin to develop strategies to wean ourselves off fossil fuels, wean ourselves off of the dependence on foreign oil. And this is one step, I'm sure many others that need to be taken to begin that process.
It kind of drove some of the philosophies broader. We've got an incredible trail network in the community, some 33 miles of paved bike trail in the community. We're adjacent to Illinois State University with 21,000 students, so pedestrian accessibility and access to transit is very, very important to that population, as is our passenger rail system, which is 2 blocks off campus and is one of the most vibrant, vital passenger rail hubs in the United States right now. EVTown is as much a concept as it is an organization or a branding opportunity. It really talks about the community's commitment to sustainable practices and new technology. Mitsubishi talked about bringing that electric vehicle, the iMEV, into the United States market. And I just got to thinking, you know, the things that we're already doing in our community, the size of our community, the fact that we're a very techie community, I thought there would be very, very good buy-in for electric vehicles. Not only Mitsubishi's, but the Nissan Leaf and the Chevy Volt at the time when we first started this program. So we pulled together a group of people, business leaders, government, educators from the community, and talked about this concept of branding Bloomington Normal as EVTown, and it stuck.
And we're very grateful to Mitsubishi for their commitment to electric vehicles. And this is something that I think our country is going to be embracing as we go through this next decade and indeed the century ahead. We have to be custodians of the future. So today we're going to be signing a memorandum of agreement to work with Mitsubishi, the town of Normal, and many, many more with respect to testing and seeing how these electric vehicles operate in our state, learning how to recharge the vehicles. This is the dawn of a new age.
Make a change that is real. Make a change we can feel. Make a change that is real. Make a change for harmony. Give me harmony. We need harmony. Give me harmony.
The Electric Vehicle Task Force Initiative was started by Mayor Coos and the City Council. Business-wise, we have encouraged the big financial institutions, insurance companies, to at least look at it. Some of them have security forces that run around in vehicles all day long. Delivery vehicles is also an ideal scenario. From a business perspective, a number of businesses in town have gone to the extent of putting graphics on their vehicles, wrapping them.
My name is Brad Worth, and I'm a country financial rep here in Bloomington, Illinois, and this is my office. I had a Volkswagen Beetle convertible that I put a vinyl wrap on, and I use that as kind of an advertising piece. So it has my picture, the country financial logo, my phone number, that sort of stuff. And I started kind of crunching some of the numbers. I thought the electric vehicle idea was neat. But if you cut gas out of the equation, what would that do from a cost savings perspective, you know?
It's so efficient. The electric vehicles generally cost about 2 to 3 cents a mile to drive compared to what are you paying for gas. So if you've got a larger gas burning engine that may get, say, 10, 15, 20 miles to the gallon, and your mile per gallon equivalent in electric could be 100, 115, 125 miles to the gallon equivalent, the numbers start to make sense.
So as we started looking at some of the numbers, my break-even point for owning this vehicle was about 400 miles per month. And from that point on, I would start making money every month, putting additional money back into the business. So we started crunching some of those numbers, and then we sat down with the Mitsubishi guys and started putting the deal together.
Federal incentives that they're available, they're cheaper than most cars to purchase. So it's a very strong business argument, economic argument to make for electric vehicles, aside from all the environmental advantages.
The town has been interested in environmentally sustainable initiatives for many years now, and that was a natural segue into the electric vehicle market. Keeping the tailpipe emissions out of an urban environment is so important because that's where the population density is.
Definitely the environmental impacts are huge, especially just seeing it around town. I think that the town of Normal and the city of Bloomington have done great things to increase our green spaces. Now, especially with having a child and seeing the parks and the other areas, the environmental impact is huge for us.
People do want to support things that are good for the environment, but there's a limit as to how much most people will pay for that. In this case, it's cheaper.
As we go out and try to get people to come to our community, to businesses, or to live here, it will intrigue people, entice people, and get them to look a little closer to our community to live and start a business possibly. Also, EVTown has garnered us a lot of national attention, and that's important too, from telling the story of Normal, which is a pretty good story to tell.
I'm Ruth Steele in Normal, Illinois, and I love Normal.
Actually, this is really the heart of the Corn Belt. There's more corn and soybeans produced in this county than any other county in the world.
Normal is a place that embraces modernism in terms of technology, and they know that a successful community of the future is a place that keeps a small footprint.
We've got this opportunity to do something with Mitsubishi rolling out an electric vehicle as part of the EVTown process. EVTown is a concept of a community that is embracing new technology in an environmentally sound way.
It's a way of trying to imagine a new future. It's a way of trying to think about how is it that we're going to go ahead and be able to keep our little piece of this earthly garden in good order.
It's almost anywhere I go now, they're putting electric stations in. So as far as I'm concerned, Normal is the future.
You know, you can put 1,000 cars on the streets of Los Angeles and no one will notice. But if you put 1,000 cars on the streets of Normal, Illinois, now you've got a story to tell.
People think that's the town that has all those Mitsubishi eyes on the road. Have you seen that?
I heard about them going to be making an electric car, a year and a half ago. I go, wow, that's a hell of an idea. I like that. It's a no-brainer. I can see an eye in everybody's garage.
I'm just happy that I'm here to enjoy so much new technology that I wouldn't have even dreamed about. I like the feel of this car.
We were fortunate, the town used the local government energy block grant funds that we received from the federal government as part of the stimulus package to purchase charging stations, 51 to be exact, electric vehicle charging stations that would be deployed throughout the community, not only on public property and at public facilities, but also on private property associated with privately owned businesses. So we deployed these charging stations throughout the community, and we believe that we probably have more charging stations per capita than any other community in the country. And I think the fact that we invested in this infrastructure up front clearly demonstrated that the municipality was supportive, but also their mere presence almost is a marketing advantage for the whole electric vehicle initiative here.
People feel very comfortable with them in this community. The charging infrastructure that we put in gives them that level of confidence that they can go just about anywhere and not have to worry about running out of electricity.
The absolute biggest thing that sold my wife and I on this is the infrastructure that Town of Normal and the City of Bloomington have. Whether it's to go to Constitution Plaza to get groceries, or Uptown Normal to have dinner or whatever. Just the amount of sheer places to charge, plug in, and the cost of it. I think that's definitely huge to us.
People that come here, once they're here, really see the value of what this community is. One of the big takeaways from EVTown for me is that it's been so successful because it was, at the face of it, it was a good idea, and a lot of great people made it happen.
Well, when the first EVTown movement came on, and you hear the rumblings in town about, we're going to become the number one area or the number one town or city to have electric vehicles, you kind of go, oh yeah, Bloomington Normal, no way. But now you see them everywhere.
You can put 1,000 cars on the streets of Los Angeles and no one will notice. But if you put 1,000 cars on the streets of Normal, Illinois, now you've got a story to tell.